the month of May, and we will talk to you next week when we get even closer.
Even closer, sir. All right, sir, you have yourself a good weekend.
Good stuff. Anytime, Tom.
Matthew Embury, our official Indy Car contributor, also does some college football talk. We're standing by in the green room is Adam Jevitin, super Cleveland Browns fan. We're going to be talking about his quarterback going to the Washington Redskins and some shaking and baking going on there. And we're going to get the thoughts, and we're going to get into the analysis of the 2019 draft. Yeah, we like to overthink things. We'll be right back right here on the Balance Radio Network.
The Air National Guard is a reserve component of the United States Air Force and serves alongside active-duty Air Force members in times of a national crisis. In addition, the Air Guard serves the state and local community in a wide range of capacities. The reason people join the Air Guard is as diverse as our members and includes such reasons as a deep desire to serve their country, money for college, travel, new job skills, and the pride that goes along with belonging to the greatest military organization in the world. I joined because I felt a calling to serve my country, but I didn't want to be far away from my family, so the Indiana Air National Guard was a perfect fit for me. With over 95 different career opportunities to choose from and 100% paid college tuition to any state-funded college, why not give us a call? Call 1-800-841-3103 or visit online at goang.com to find out more. Again, that's 1-800-841-3103. The Air National Guard, guarding America, defending freedom.
It's double trouble, double the fun at African Safari Wildlife Park in Port Clinton, Ohio. See the largest antelope on Earth, the giant eland, and the ugliest creature on Earth, the African warthog. There's so much to see and do, including the Midwest's only drive-through safari. Feed the animals, see live educational shows, feel the excitement. Have your picture taken with a python or cockatoo. Feel the adventure. Shop the Symbol Lodge gift shop with items available from around the globe. Visit the snack bar or picnic facilities. Enjoy a pony or camel ride. Or cheer your favorite porker on to victory in the famous Pork Chop Down. Bring your family to see the rare and exotic animals at African Safari Wildlife Park in Port Clinton, Ohio. Just take Route 2 to the Route 53 North exit and follow the sign. Only 17 miles west of Cedar Point via Route 6. Open every day, rain or shine.
All right, welcome back to The Balance. My name is Marquis, Presidente. Half hour in the books. Thank you to Matthew Embury, WSBT up in South Bend, our official IndyCar contributor, breaking down IndyCar as we get ready for the month of May. But I tell you what, springtime and getting ready for the Indianapolis 500 is not the most exciting thing going on in sports right now. The most exciting thing going on in sports right now is the 2019 NFL Draft. And for the next 90 minutes, throughout the rest of the show, we will have guests on. We will have Ed Kracz is going to be joining us in about 30 minutes, beat writer for the Phildeaphia Eagles. And we're going to break down and analyze and overthink this 2019 draft through day 2 and going into day 3. But a guy that got to enjoy day 1 was super fan, Cleveland Browns fan, Adam Jevitin. Adam, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good, Tom. How are you, man?
Fantastic. All right, let's talk about it. Let's jump into it. Obviously, there was some wheeling and dealing with the Indianapolis Colts, but at the end of the day, the Washington Redskins end up with Dwayne Haskins, quarterback from Ohio State. I don't know how to quite read it because, like I just said, we like to overthink things. But when the camera went to him, he was just like, had that look like, am I mad that I just got drafted by the Washington Redskins, or am I mad that everybody else passed me up? He had a snarky look on his face, like, this is it? It's like Christmas Day. You get all excited, open up your presents, and all you get is underwear. This is it? What are your thoughts?
I think he was pissed off. I think, here you have the Giants, who were the team that he grew up for, that were in position to draft him, and they, as many predicted, stupidly, because Dave Gettleman can't help himself, drafted Daniel Jones, a quarterback that had in 3 seasons 56 touchdowns, 29 interceptions, and like a 61% completion percentage, and Dwayne Haskins threw 50 touchdowns in 1 fucking year. And I think that's what he's saying. Is he's like, what do I have to do? And now he gets to not only go to the Redskins, but a divisional rival of the Giants who passed up on him, and he's ready to roll. I think he's going to come in. He's going to have a fire. He's going to have that chip on his shoulder that is always great for young quarterbacks to have. And I think you give him some time, he'll learn some aspects of being a pro from Case Keenum. But I think young Simba's ready to roar.
Young Simba. That is his nickname. I had totally forgotten about that, Ian. That's funny. I just want to hold him up, right? That is great. I totally forgot about that being his nickname. But you mentioned Jones and the Giants. I think we saw a million memes go out when they drafted him, and one of the best, the little girl reaching up for the balloon and can't get the balloon. I mean, it's a reach, it's a stretch, but they apparently think that he's the heir apparent to Eli Manning. So why do you think that they went with Jones and not Haskins? And we always have to realize that teams don't draft. Oh well, they grew up around here and they're a fan of us, so we have to draft. They make strategic decisions that's best for them their team. Why do you think the Giants went with Jones over Haskins? Better yet, I don't know that we can honestly point to him. We don't know yet. We could be proven wrong, but I don't know that we could point to him as being the heir apparent to Eli Manning.
Yeah, I think they took him for a few reasons. One, they love the David Cutcliffe connection. Apparently, Daniel Jones, through the Cutcliffe connection, has gotten fairly close to the Manning family. And I guess that's, I feel like the Giants are putting too much stock into Eli Manning, like at this point in his career. Like, they said Eli likes the fact that Daniel's succeeding him. Who freaking cares? Like, if I'm a fan, this dude better come out and be an absolute rock star. And I just don't see it. He doesn't have a big arm. He routinely struggled with accuracy. If you would come out and lit up the Senior Bowl, being in a college like Duke, then I'd be like, okay, we can make this happen because he maybe wasn't surrounded with the right talent. But he was routinely the worst quarterback at the Senior Bowl, which was dominated by Drew Lock that the Broncos got early mid-second round. So, like, Daniel Jones, even if he was the guy, they could have got him with 17, not 6. Probably could have traded off of 17. I think this is one of those things where, similar to when Tim Tebow got drafted by the Broncos, nobody was taking him, but you had some rumors going around, and like, this is our guy, and we're taking him. And like I said, he better come out and be a superstar, but this reminds me of the E.J. Manuel drafting by the Bills, and so many of these overdrafts for quarterbacks where, like, in 3 years, the dude's working for CBS. Like, that's what's going to happen. Christian
Get the Tony
Romo
contract. Get the Tony Romo money. Hey, let's talk a little bit about the draft itself. You know what? As much as we like to criticize the NFL and Roger Goodell, it's kind of like it's very easy to do. It's like picking on the fat kid. I mean, it's real easy to do. But the thing about it, and nothing against that came out wrong. Nothing against fat kids. I'm not picking on fat kids. I'm just saying, easy target. The NFL is an easy target. What I'm trying to say is, but I think they finally did something right, and that was to, after all of those years, the NFL draft being at Radio City Music Hall, to put it on the road. They did great at Philadelphia. They did great in Chicago. And I mean, just looking at the crowd, and Nashville's a great city. Nashville has a great fan base, and the way they've incorporated a lot of different ways they've allowed people to make picks and announce picks. I'm sorry. They have really incorporated the fan base into the draft, and it seemed like at Radio City Music Hall they were kind of like, this year. Hey, somebody, you're not going to beat anybody here at the draft, and here we are in this closed-up building. And I'm really excited that they've decided to take it to various different cities, NFL cities. What are your thoughts? But here's the other thing. I mean, it's like, come on, guys, let's finally get to it. It's like, how long do you think? I mean, what are two things I think happened at the very beginning that maybe shouldn't have happened? I think that the NFL told the Arizona Cardinals, okay, we know you're going with Kyler Murray. Like, everybody knows you're going with Kyler Murray. Let the clock click down 7 minutes or whatever so we can build the drama. Or we can look at it another way. They were just maybe last chance. You know how the auctioneer goes, going once, going twice. Come on, any takers? Maybe they were hoping for something that would cause them to change their mind against Kyler Murray, but I mean, did Kyler Murray make the right decision about going into the NFL? Home run, no pun intended.
Yeah, I mean, Murray was, I don't know, Murray's either going to be a superstar or he's out of the league in 3 years. Like, there's no in between with this guy because of his size, but because of the game that he plays. I think. I love the road show. I want the freaking draft in Indy. Bad. Like, could you imagine the draft right on the circle? That would be awesome. I mean, the draft being the road show style is fantastic because if you remember when it was at Radio City, down like on the floor is where all the teams had all their stuff, and you didn't have fans until basically almost up in the balcony. Now, with the way it's laid out now, I mean, fans are almost like right up on the stage, and it's a sea of them, and it's awesome. I just feel like the roadshow idea is fantastic. My concern is that the NFL is going to move the draft to LA when the Kracz build this new facility, and it's going to be like, because they're talking about moving NFL headquarters out there and all sorts of stuff, there's talk that they may just move the draft there permanently, and I think that'd be a mistake.
No, I think you're absolutely right. They need to move it around from city to city like they do the Super Bowl and what have you. We talk about Kyler Murray and his size. Let's not forget about another guy that's very, very similar in size. In fact, the only other guy who's ever been drafted of his size is, he's got the largest contract history, NFL history, and he announced it on Instagram with his smoking hot wife in bed. Now, I'm just saying that's hanging on the rim a little bit, I know, but let's not discount the size, if you will.
But the size isn't necessarily just his height, though. Russell Wilson outweighs Kyler Murray by like 45 pounds. Russell Wilson, and that's the difference between Russell Wilson and Baker Mayfield, who is also a smaller quarterback, are short, but they're thick. They're stout. Kyler Murray looks like an outfielder. He looks like a center fielder, which is what he played. Now, does Kyler Murray have the frame to put more muscle on? Maybe. I'm not sure. So it's not necessarily, for me, it's not a height thing, because Drew Brees has proven that you can be smart with your angles and smart with the way that you maneuver around offensive linemen to overcome height. But if you're 185 pounds and you get drilled by, I don't know, let's just say Landon Collins or Aaron Donald. What happens when all of 300 pounds of Aaron Donald comes up the middle and squashes Kyler Murray? Weight. I mean, yeah, weight's a big deal.
NFL,
and so,
kid.
Right, and so from that perspective, that's my concern with Murray. My concern is, at his height, is he going to get his bell rung just repeatedly? I don't know. Now, does he have the quickness to evade it? Sure. But, I mean, what happens when they face a team like the Rams or the Browns that have 4 legitimate Pro Bowl caliber defensive linemen? Like, you came from the Big 12, and the Big 12 doesn't even try to play defense, doesn't even attempt. And so that's what you came from to now.